Don't be a loser and complain about the choices that you have made, even through abstaining to make a choice. Not choosing is an inactive decision, but it's a decision nonetheless. So many situations and times in the world at the moment make us feel like we are forced to do certain things, or we can't do stuff, or we have to do something else. And this is the video to tell you it's a social construct. You have a choice over literally everything in your life. But with both choices, there are pros and cons to the decision that you make. And most of the time when you are forced to do something, it's because the alternative isn't worth it to you. And that's okay, but it's a choice you made, regardless. Right, and this can come down to something as simple as, I've got a belief that I dislike commercialism and it's a real shame that I have to throw a TV in landfill, right? But that's a choice you're making to do. You could have signs all over the town to say, I've got a free TV, who wants it? You could put a post on Facebook. You could call every person you know. You could go through the phone book and call every single person in the town, right? But going to that effort isn't worth it to you. So you still end up putting it in the trash, right? And this is something that happened to me today. It was the exact conversation I had with my mum, actually. But it just brings around the point of the bigger picture. People often look at my life and go, oh, well, it's easy for you. I'm like, of course it's great. You're on holiday all the time. And yeah, I travel the world full time. It's not as expensive as people think. And it has its massive set of drawbacks. But it's a choice that I make. Like, I don't have a house. I don't have all of my belongings with me when I'm travelling. It's inconvenient. You have to refigure out your timetable. It's much harder to stick to routines, to figure out where am I going to the gym, where do I get my stuff. Right, there's so many issues with it. My family are on the other side of the world. Like, I don't often get to see my family, and it takes time zone changes, take like a week to get over. You think a hangover is bad, change time zone by 12 hours, it sucks. But it's a decision that I have chosen to make. Right, as is the decision that you stay in your job and you pay for a house that is too expensive for you, and you have a phone contract which you shouldn't have because you could have a phone for free which is £100 a month cheaper. You know, these are all choices that we make, and half of my job in helping people realise that they have the power in their choices. When you have a priority, you can have one. And the issue is, for most people, they need everything to be perfect. And I don't blame them. Would be nice. But in reality, you can't. And you have to live with the choices you make. Now, just because something is difficult doesn't mean it's impossible. It's, are you willing to pay the price for that choice? And here you go, here's a potentially touchy topic. In COVID, not having the vaccine, or not choosing to take it, is a choice, right? You are actively making a decision to not do something if you don't do something. Like, if you're overweight and you know the downsides of staying overweight, you are actively choosing that if you don't choose the alternative, which is taking the time and effort to get in shape, to go through the pain, the sweat and the tears, and the, you know, maybe missing a party every 3 months or something because you got a gym session, which, by the way, you don't have to do, you can still do them. But I just wanted to say that for me, and for my future, and for anyone else that needed to hear this, you have the choice, whatever it is, to do whatever you want. It's just, are you willing to pay the price? Because most of the time you can do whatever you want, but the price might be steeper for you than it is for other people. And just, is it worth it? Because it may not be, and that's okay, but stop whining about it. It's so boring. Hilarious. Alright guys, that's it. Merry Christmas Eve. See you tomorrow. Peace.